Hi, folks. It is 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time in New York. It is January 25th. Yes, January 25th. I just want to wish everybody a fabulous evening before I get started and hope you had a great weekend and looking forward to a great week. I just got home from seeing the movie American Sniper, and most of you have probably heard about it and know a bit what it's about. I promise I won't give anything away if you haven't seen it and are planning on to. But what it was about was a uh, Navy SEAL named Chris Kyle, and he emerged from the war physically unscathed. He is got a lot of attention because he has the most. He was a sniper, obviously by the title of the film. He was a sniper for the SEALs, and he has the record to date for the most kills, 160 people. And what inspired me so much about this film is what he dealt with and how he dealt with it when he came home. Um, my forum, my project, or what started as a project that has now grown and will continue to grow, is What's Your Wheelchair? And I chose that name, and everything I do will always come back to that basis, that idea of, even though my wheelchair is easy to see, everybody has them. I don't care if you're Donald Trump. I'm sure there are things in his life that are challenging and that he works on changing, or the Miss America, or the you can let's just talk physical looks for a moment, and the or the materialistic things for a moment. The most beautiful person, the richest person, the people that we say, quote, oh, they have it all, so to speak, they have a wheelchair as well. And Chris did not have a physical injury. However, he had post traumatic stress, and it was, as post traumatic stress can, um, tearing his life apart. And again, he looked fine physically. I mean, the part was played by Bradley Cooper. He's not hard to look at. And he looked absolutely fine, thank goodness, returning from the war. But his transition from the battlefield, so to speak, or war conditions, to home were difficult, as they are for so many people coming home from a war. And he needed some help. And the way he got his help is, everybody thought it was because of how many. Well, first of all, let me backtrack a little bit. Again, I won't give anything away with the film. Everybody who knew him, his wife, the counselor he ended up speaking with when he had to admit himself that he needed some help. The counselor that he spoke with uh, thought that it was the amount of people that he had killed, and he said, "No, I don't have a problem with that. I'll meet my maker, and I feel fine for every shot that every person whose life I took. It was those that I didn't save that haunt me." And that's what was tearing him apart. So the counselor asked him to take a walk with him. They were in a Navy hospital. And what Chris found was with his own problem, his own wheelchair that he had, by sharing and listening to others who had physical injuries, uh, and sharing what his experiences were and listening to what their experiences were. He found that it healed him, and he found that he had something to give back. You don't feel so fabulous whether your wheelchair is physical like mine or mental, because I have both actually. I deal with I do deal with post-traumatic stress um, as well, and it's not an easy game. And again, I'm making the transition from a hospital that I was in for 6 months to coming home was very difficult. Last time I left home and had prior to my injury and walked out the door, well, I walked out the door, and then when I returned home, I had a bump I had to go through to get in the door as my wheelchair went through. Literally, I didn't step over the threshold. I was wheeled over the threshold. And my point is that uh, everyone has a wheelchair in life, and some have more than one. And I don't care who you are, how much money you have, how much materialistic things you have. And I'm not putting anyone down for having that money or materialistic things. I'm happy when I see people enjoying life and experiencing things, and that's we're only here once. For it's a flash of a pan how quick life is, regardless of how long you live. So I'm happy when people are enjoying it, and money provides that. It's not about that. It's about, regardless of what we see in a person, we can see this, person standing in front of us, and as a Bradley Cooper played Chris Kyle, and he's not too hard to look at standing in front of. So at any rate, he looked fine, but he wasn't. And what he found is, by sharing his experiences and listening to others' experiences, he also found that he could physically, with his physical capabilities, he could help the men and women that had lost some of their physical capabilities and left an arm or a leg or limb of some sort over in the war, and help them get back to normal life, and make that transition home and get back to doing the things that they did before they went to war, by using his physical capability, using what he had to help them realize what they could still do and get them doing it again. And by doing this, he not only helped them heal, he healed himself as well. And my point is, again, the reason I named this business is What's Your Wheelchair, is because everybody has one. Some have more than others. And by listening to experiences that other people go through to deal with them, if they're permanent, my physical one is permanent, so I have to deal with it, and that's fine. I'm happy. I have a happy life. I'm blessed with so many wonderful things, and by sharing the challenges that I do face, because I'd be silly to sit here and say I don't face challenges. That's not believable. by sharing how I deal with my challenges and come out on a positive end, helps other people heal and deal with their challenges as well. And some things are permanent that we're going to have and we're just going to have to deal with. Um, and some things we can heal and they can no longer be in the way of living the life that we wish. So he took his physical capability and he helped other vets get back who had lost some of their physical capability and get back to living the life that they were living before they left for the war. And now they have walked, I say, figurative, just as a form of speech, um, when they walked over the threshold of their home, of their door for the first time, and dealt with that transition, which is very, very difficult. And you don't expect it. You're just so happy. Oh my gosh, my transition, it was very, very, one of the most challenging things of my injury. And I couldn't wait. The thing is, you can't wait to come home. And other folks I've talked to that are injured, I've talked to a lot of vets as well who are injured. So you're so happy to come home, but you come home and it's hard and you're not expecting that, and it just puts you in a tough place. So Chris used his physical capabilities to help others who had lost theirs, and in doing so he healed his own mental issues, post-traumatic stress that he might have to deal with for the rest of his life. A lot of people do. 20 years in, I still have to deal with it as well. So my point here is, by sharing how we get through experiences and make it through that wall, under, whether we go under it, over it, around it, whatever, by sharing that, we can not only help ourselves lead a more positive, happy life that we wish, but we help others as well. And I think I understood for the first time why my experiences inspire others in the way that they do, because it helps them, but it also helps me, and as it helped Chris. So I wanted to share that with you, and thank you. I wanted to also thank you so much for being an audience, and sharing, and all the comments that I get, your lovely compliments, and also the wheelchairs that you have. So when you see a person, don't just because they're physically beautiful and seem to lead the life that they have a fabulous life, which they very well may have. I love my life. I'm a very happy person and so blessed, but I have a wheelchair that is challenging, and I see how sharing how I get through things and end up on the positive side really helps people. So share. If you have a wheelchair, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, share it with somebody, and you will see how it will help you heal just as much as it helps the other person heal. So thank you for listening, and have a great night. Bye.